Hello, and welcome to episode 4. We've been renegated into a tiny little room because the room we normally use is full.
Yeah.
So this is the music room, and that's why you get a nice close-up of us today. It's a short and sweet one today. Oh, we're joined by Daniel as well today.
Gonna meet Dan.
Hiya.
Hi Dan.
Hello, I'm probably going to watch this later.
Right, so Hollywood actor Ryan Gosling is known as a sex symbol around the world. But do you know something about Ryan Gosling, Hayden, that's been released as news?
Major news.
One might say that, yes.
Very, very major, heartbreaking
One might
news.
say that.
What is this news?
Do you want to guess?
He's secretly a woman.
Ryan Gosling doesn't really like cereal. Well, at least that's the view of the new mocked-up Vine videos created by Ryan McHenry to show the 30-year-old film star rejecting his breakfast meal.
A robber in a goblin mask attacked a milkman before driving off in his van in the early hours of today.
Today?
Yeah.
Shit.
The offender kicked the Dairy Crest worker in the face and drove off with a vehicle full of pints.
A milk goblin.
Black clothing and a grey fancy dress style mask. The 55-year-old victim has stopped to make a delivery at Sycamore Street about 1:30 AM when he was assaulted. The stolen van, which has not yet been traced, is a white Ford Transit milk float and featured the Dairy Crest logo in green and yellow. Nottinghamshire police are appealing.
It was in Nottinghamshire. Oh
Yeah,
no!
Nottinghamshire.
I thought this sounded like very American to me.
Yeah, no, it's
classic.
British.
Classic.
We can't keep hold of our milk. It's alright for Ryan Gosling because he doesn't like cereal.
A US couple have appealed for the safe return of 2 aliens who were abducted from their front garden in broad daylight. It's usually aliens taking us away, but Robert and Diane Bolling have claimed the opposite. The pair have combed their neighbourhood and put up posters in an attempt to reunite with their favourite garden ornament friends. Police are investigating the crime after the 3-foot-tall green moulded plastic creatures disappeared on April the 22nd. We just want them back. No questions asked. So this morning, together, we will bring our aliens home. They brought the alien couple over a decade ago, and they've taken pride in place in their garden ever since. Appeal for anyone to come forward.
3 fake nuns have been arrested trying to smuggle cocaine under their habits. The women were stopped by customs and excise officers on the Caribbean island of San Andreas after flying from Colombia. Police Captain Oscar Davili said the suspects seemed nervous and their outfits looked odd. More than 2 kilograms of cocaine were apparently found strapped to the legs of each woman.
Classic.
Woman.
Oh, hello.
All 3 women were arrested. And jailed. Drug trafficking charges.
They weren't putting a women's prison with it, and it turns out they were men.
That would be pretty hilarious.
It's just like, oh,
What you in for?
Well,
We tried to get Ryan Gosling to eat cereal and it didn't work out.
So, a while back there was a story I was going to tell you, but I never got around to it because they sort of got dropped to the bottom of the pile. And it's about a man who was kicked out of Saudi Arabia for being too good looking. And like the government were like, he's a sex symbol to women. So
Is that you again, Dan?
Oh,
You and your hot, attractive face.
So they, so basically they kicked him out of Saudi Arabia. His name is Omar Borkan Al Gala, and he got kicked out because he's too sexy. And he had a Facebook page, and ever since the incident, you know how you can now follow people on Facebook.
Yeah.
He amassed 790,000 followers on the site, and now he's been kicked off Facebook because just Saudi Arabia's just hunting him no matter where he goes. Like, nah, he's literally because he's too attractive. People follow him, and if you go on the page now, it's sorry, this page isn't available. The link you followed may be broken, or the page may have been removed. Talk about a gift turning to a curse. I mean, not something you'll have to worry about.
How can he be the most attractive? Mind you, does he like cereal? Every woman loves a man who loves cereal. Wheat and eggs. It's a strong vision of billions of sex-crazed insects to emerge after 17 years underground and outnumber people 600 to 1.
Why are they sex crazed?
Yeah, sounds like something from a horror film. But any day now, billions of cicada bugs with bulging red eyes
But that's not all.
Innuendo, yeah.
Yeah.
Are set to emerge after 17 years in hibernation underground and outnumber the human population by up to 600 to 1. The bugs, each 1 inch long, an estimate suggesting there could be up to 30 billion of them, are set to emerge with the sole purpose of reproducing before retreating back to their underground hives. Although scientists claim many people will not even notice they are there, their practice of singing to attract a mate is so loud you don't hear planes flying overhead.
Planes go quite high.
Yeah.
You don't usually hear
That's
planes
not the best example.
You don't usually
If they'd have maybe said like, you wouldn't hear a...
screaming banshees.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear the screaming banshee.
Yeah, you'd be like, shit.
Shit, I want to hear the screaming banshee. Yeah, slightly more light-hearted feel-good one today. A dad has been hailed a hero after he fought off a 25-stone bear by punching it repeatedly when it tried to attack his family. Toby Burke threw himself between his wife Laura, his 3 children, and the wild beast. 48-year-old Toby was on a birdwatching trip. Oh, he deserved to be eaten by a bear.
Yeah.
As he stood his ground as the bear dove towards him. "It was just me between my family and the bear," he said. At first, Mr. Burt defended himself with his camera tripod, but this proved fruitless as the huge animal snapped it in half. The bear then bit his arm, which sparked him into action, as he proceeded to punch the female, controversial, brown bear in the face several times. After a short while, the beast decided it had enough and ran away. Mr. Burke and his family all escaped unharmed, but the bear, which was aged around 20, was then shot dead after a later attack police officers. So actually that's not the happiest ending.
That leads me to ask,
tale.
do you agree with female abuse? You do not agree with, do we people?
It's a story of a father's love.
For beating up a female.
A father's love. A father's love. I've been Josh Park.
I've been hitting my head. My head is right next to your crotch.
No, it's not.
That's quite a good finishing line, I thought.
'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey! I'm on top of